Hello, I'm Hope Logan. I am an actor on Bold and the Beautiful, and many people really love both me and our Bold and the Beautiful drama. So I've come here to share updates about my beloved Bold and the Beautiful. Everyone, please subscribe and support me. If you do, I will keep coming every day with new updates for you. The battle lines are about to be drawn like never before as July Sweeps explodes onto the screen, promising weeks of shocking betrayals, heartbreaking family divisions, and ruthless business warfare that could change everything in the world of the Bold and the Beautiful. From June 25th through July 20th, emotions will run dangerously high as old loyalties are shattered and new alliances emerge in the middle of one of the fiercest fashion wars the city has ever witnessed. At the center of the storm stands Brooke Logan, whose world is about to crumble when she discovers that the daughter she believed was coming home has secretly chosen an entirely different path. While one fashion empire prepares for glory, another may find itself staring into financial ruin, proving once again that in this world, success and heartbreak often arrive hand in hand. Every runway, every business decision, and every family conversation carries enormous consequences, setting the stage for a month where nobody escapes without paying a price. The first emotional earthquake begins at the House of Logan runway show, where Brooke Logan walks in expecting nothing more than another fashion event, only to be blindsided by a revelation she never imagined. Instead of simply discovering that Deacon Sharp has joined Katie Logan's fashion house, Brooke realizes something far more devastating. Hope Logan has secretly become Deacon's creative partner, forming the brand new design team behind the Hope for the Future House of Logan collection. The collection doesn't merely bear Hope's influence, it carries her very name, making her the face of Katie's newest fashion venture. The realization crashes over Brooke all at once, leaving her stunned as every conversation from the past few days suddenly takes on a completely different meaning. What she once dismissed as an insignificant competitor suddenly transforms into a direct challenge against everything she believed her family stood for. The irony cuts especially deep because Brooke herself had confidently underestimated Deacon only days earlier. She openly described him as a talented nobody, acknowledging that he possessed genuine creative ability while insisting he lacked the reputation to ever threaten Forrester Creations, although her words may have contained some truth. Speaking them directly in front of Deacon carried a sting that lingered long after the conversation ended. Still convinced that Katie's new fashion house posed little danger, Brooke rushed back to Ridge Forrester and Steffi Forrester, assuring them there was nothing to fear. She declared that Katie had no chance of competing, joking that Katie had no hope, while completely unaware that Hope herself was secretly becoming the missing piece that would transform Logan into a legitimate rival. Everything changes the instant Brooke learns the full truth. The betrayal grows even more painful when she discovers that Donna Logan has known about Hope's secret collaboration from the very beginning and chose to remain silent. Suddenly, Brooke isn't simply dealing with one shocking revelation. She is forced to accept that members of her own family have been keeping enormous secrets while allowing her to believe Hope was merely taking a leave of absence. Hurt quickly turns into anger, and anger hardens into determination. Brooke is expected to demand that Hope immediately abandon Katie's fashion house, walk away from Logan, and return to Forrester Creations, where she believes her daughter truly belongs. But Hope has already crossed a line that cannot easily be uncrossed. And despite the heartbreaking pressure from her mother Every sign suggests that she will refuse to surrender the future she has chosen for herself. While Brooke's family is falling apart, another conflict quietly begins brewing within the younger generation. Electra Forrester has remained remarkably supportive of Will Spencer's decision to work alongside his family, understanding that business obligations sometimes outweigh personal comfort. Yet even the strongest relationships begin to crack when important truths are hidden. Will has sworn himself to complete secrecy regarding Logan's upcoming jewelry collection and the extraordinary hope for the future diamond, honoring promises that prevent him from revealing anything before the official launch. Although his silence may be justified from a business standpoint, it creates an emotional distance that Electra cannot ignore, especially once she realizes she has unknowingly been preparing to compete against an entirely new rival. The situation becomes even more intimidating when Electra discovers exactly who stands on the opposite side of the competition. Shauna Fulton has received personal training from the legendary jewelry artisan Quinn Forrester, whose extraordinary talent earned widespread admiration throughout the fashion world. Electra understands Quinn's reputation better than almost anyone, knowing that Quinn also mentored Ivy Spencer and helped shape exceptional designers with remarkable skills. As if that advantage were not enough, rumors suggest that Wyatt Spencer may also contribute his expertise to the jewelry line. Wyatt was Quinn's very first protege, and many believe his abilities rival those of his mother herself. Combined with the prestige surrounding the hope for the future diamond, Logan suddenly possesses a jewelry division powerful enough to make even experienced competitors uneasy. Despite all of that, Electra's greatest disappointment may not be the competition itself, but the silence from someone she trusted. In her mind, Will could have warned her that Logan was entering the jewelry market without revealing confidential business strategies or trade secrets. She understands why he couldn't expose Hope and Deacon's partnership, but acknowledging the existence of another jewelry line feels entirely different. That distinction matters deeply to her because relationships depend on trust just as much as business depends on strategy. As the truth comes into the light, Electra may begin questioning whether Will chose loyalty to his family over honesty with the woman who believed they were facing the future together. Meanwhile, Ridge Forrester is preparing for an emotional confrontation that could permanently divide the people living under Brooke's roof. Brooke had been celebrating what she believed was Hope's return to Forrester Creations, convinced her daughter would once again stand beside the family business. Instead, she discovers that Hope has aligned herself with Katie, effectively joining the very company now competing against Forrester. Ridge is unlikely to view this as a simple career decision. From his perspective, Hope has once again betrayed the Forrester family, choosing ambition over loyalty in a way that echoes painful memories from the past. Looking back, Ridge has never hidden his feelings whenever Hope's actions conflicted with the interests of the Forresters. After the previous corporate coup, he branded her disloyal and insisted she no longer belonged among them. Those old wounds have never fully healed, and this latest betrayal threatens to reopen them with even greater intensity. Ridge may believe Hope should have formally resigned from Forrester Creations before accepting another position, regardless of where she planned to work afterward. To say, instead, she disappeared under the cover of a leave of absence while secretly helping launch a direct competitor. To Ridge, that deception speaks louder than any explanation Hope could possibly offer. As emotions spiral out of control, Ridge may ultimately place Brooke in an impossible position. Unable to tolerate living under the same roof as someone he considers a traitor, he could demand that Brooke force Hope and Liam Spencer to leave the Logan property altogether. The ultimatum would carry enormous emotional weight because Brooke herself feels wounded by Hope's secrecy, making it far more difficult to defend her daughter than it otherwise would have been. If Ridge pushes the issue into a painful choice between their relationship and Hope's continued presence in the home, Brooke may reluctantly find herself standing beside Ridge rather than Hope. Such a decision would leave lasting scars on an already fractured family, proving that business conflicts have now invaded the heart of their personal lives. Rather than forcing her mother to make such an agonizing decision, Hope may choose to leave on her own terms. Accepting that her new career has forever altered the family's dynamic, she and Liam could gather Beth and quietly walk away from the Logan estate without creating an even larger confrontation. Their departure would not represent surrender, but rather the beginning of an entirely new chapter. Fortunately, they would not have to face that future alone. Bill Spencer and Katie Logan have already welcomed Hope with open arms, making it clear that there will always be a place for her within their family. The Spencer mansion suddenly becomes the perfect refuge for Hope, Liam, and Beth as they search for stability during an emotionally turbulent time. Bill would undoubtedly embrace the opportunity to have his granddaughter living close by, while Katie would find genuine happiness in offering Hope both emotional support and a safe place to rebuild. Whether that means opening an existing guest house or constructing one especially for them hardly matters. What truly matters is the message behind the invitation that Hope has family willing to stand beside her even when others turn away. For Katie, there may also be a quiet sense of satisfaction knowing that Brooke's own daughter has now become an important part of her household, adding one more layer to the increasingly personal rivalry between the Logan sisters. Another painful confrontation waits just around the corner as Donna Logan finds herself caught in the crossfire of secrets she never wanted to keep. Friday's explosive fashion event finally unveils the Hope for the Future House of Logan collection, exposing the truth that Hope has been secretly working alongside Katie while everyone else believed she was simply taking time away. Donna had pleaded with Hope not to make this decision, desperately hoping to avoid exactly the kind of family conflict that now erupts. Yet, despite her concerns, she honored Hope's confidence and remained silent. That silence now threatens to cost her dearly. Brooke is expected to demand answers from Donna, pressing her sister to explain exactly how much she knew and when she learned it. Once the truth comes out, Forrester will inevitably discover that Donna has been aware of Hope's secret collaboration throughout the entire process. From Eric's perspective, the revelation may feel like a personal betrayal because Donna allowed the Forresters to remain completely unaware while Katie prepared a direct competitor behind the scenes. Ironically, Donna once kept another enormous secret when Eric himself secretly worked with Logan, creating a striking parallel between past and present. Hopefully, Eric will remember that history before allowing anger to overwhelm him. But Brooke is unlikely to show the same restraint. Consumed by hurt and disappointment, she may lash out at Donna, accusing her of becoming every bit as disloyal as Katie herself. As family relationships continue unraveling, Logan Fashion prepares to enjoy the moment it has worked so tirelessly to achieve. Hope's runway debut becomes one of the biggest stories in the fashion world, instantly capturing the attention of reporters, critics, and industry insiders alike. The excitement surrounding her arrival at Katie's company rivals the enormous publicity Forrester generated with his own previous Logan collaboration. Cameras flash endlessly as the press eagerly documents every design, every appearance, and every unexpected twist behind Hope's dramatic career move. The scandal surrounding her departure from Ridge, Steffi, and Brooke only fuels even greater curiosity, ensuring that everyone wants to witness the collection for themselves. The designs themselves are expected to receive glowing praise. Deacon Sharp and Hope poured tremendous effort into creating a collection worthy of the spotlight, blending creativity with emotional investment after months of secret preparation. Even Brooke herself had acknowledged that Deacon possessed genuine design talent despite dismissing his lack of industry fame. Hope, however, brings exactly the recognition Deacon lacked, transforming their partnership into something commercially powerful. Together, they become an irresistible headline, and the controversy surrounding their collaboration only increases public fascination, drawing even more customers eager to experience the collection everyone is talking about. Bill Spencer has also approached the entire venture with careful attention to costs and profitability, ensuring that Logan's launch remains financially responsible while still delivering maximum impact. That balance could prove to be one of the company's greatest strengths. As rave reviews pour in and customer interest continues growing, sales may exceed even the most optimistic expectations. The celebration that follows is expected to overflow with excitement as champagne glasses are raised throughout Logan headquarters. Surrounded by family, friends, and colleagues who believed in the dream from the beginning, Bill, Katie, Hope, and Deacon may finally pause to savor a victory that once seemed impossible. Yet, while Logan celebrates, a dark cloud begins gathering over Forrester Creations. Brooke had confidently assured everyone that Logan's launch posed little danger because she believed Deacon lacked the prestige necessary to challenge the industry's giants. Unfortunately for the Forresters, she failed to anticipate the enormous impact Hope's involvement would have on the media. Her arrival instantly transforms Logan's launch into front-page news, attracting attention that might otherwise have belonged entirely to Eric Forrester's newest couture collection. The timing could not be worse, creating direct competition during one of the company's most important fashion events. For weeks, Carter Walton has warned that Eric's couture collection represents the most expensive undertaking Forrester Creations has ever attempted. The company invested enormous resources in hopes of creating a spectacular launch capable of overshadowing Eric's earlier success with Katie at Logan. Those financial risks now become increasingly dangerous if the spotlight shifts toward Hope's dramatic debut instead. Rather than fading after one day, Hope's story may continue dominating headlines just as Eric's collection reaches the runway. Fashion journalists love controversy almost as much as they love beautiful clothing, and Hope's shocking career move provides exactly the kind of irresistible narrative capable of stealing every headline. If Eric's couture collection fails to sell at the level the company desperately needs, the consequences could extend far beyond disappointing reviews. After spending unprecedented amounts of money to stage the collection, Forrester Creations may suddenly find itself struggling beneath the weight of its own ambitious investment. A financial crisis that once seemed impossible could quickly become a terrifying reality, threatening the future of one of the fashion world's most respected houses. In the end, July sweeps may deliver far more than family drama or professional rivalry. It may reshape the balance of power across the entire fashion industry, proving that one bold decision by Hope Logan has the potential to transform countless lives, destroy old alliances, create unexpected new ones, and leave both the Logan and Forrester families forever changed. As the initial shockwaves settle, an even more dangerous reality begins to emerge. The conflict is no longer simply about fashion collections or competing businesses. It has evolved into a deeply personal war where every success on one side feels like a painful defeat on the other. The House of Logan has become far more than Katie Logan's latest business venture. It now represents a symbol of independence for those who have grown tired of living beneath the shadow of Forrester creations. Every design unveiled on the runway sends a powerful message that talent does not belong to only one fashion house, and every applause from the audience echoes like another challenge thrown directly at the Forrester dynasty. While the cameras celebrate Logan's unexpected rise, the emotional cost continues to grow behind closed doors, where broken trust proves far more difficult to repair than any damaged business relationship. For Brooke Logan, the emotional burden becomes almost unbearable. She cannot simply view Hope's decision as a professional opportunity because to her, it feels like her daughter has willingly crossed enemy lines. Every proud headline featuring Hope at Logan serves as another painful reminder that Brooke never saw this betrayal coming. She had imagined welcoming Hope back into the familiar halls of Forrester Creations, watching mother and daughter once again fight side by side for the family's legacy. Instead, she is forced to watch Hope standing proudly beside Katie, smiling for photographers while wearing the confidence of someone who has already committed to an entirely different future. The disappointment is not fueled by anger alone. It comes from the heartbreaking realization that Hope has chosen a path Brooke can neither understand nor control. Hope, however, is likely to see the situation through an entirely different lens. From her perspective, this may not be an act of betrayal at all, but a long overdue opportunity to step outside the expectations that have always surrounded her career, rather than living under the constant influence of Ridge Steffi and the complicated politics of Forrester Creations. She now has the freedom to build something on her own terms with people who believe in her vision. Working alongside Deacon Sharp gives her the chance to create without constantly defending herself, while Katie offers an environment where Hope feels genuinely valued instead of endlessly questioned. Although she understands the pain her decision has caused, she may believe that remaining true to herself is worth enduring the inevitable fallout. That conviction could give Hope the strength to stand firm, even as nearly everyone she loves challenges her choice. Deacon Sharp also finds himself entering unfamiliar territory. For years, many people dismissed his abilities, despite recognizing flashes of undeniable creativity. And Brooke herself reinforced that perception by calling him a talented designer without the reputation necessary to matter. Now, every successful review of the Hope for the Future House of Logan collection becomes a quiet but powerful answer to those doubts. His partnership with Hope gives his work the visibility it has always lacked, allowing his designs to finally receive the attention they deserve. Instead of remaining an overlooked artist, Deacon suddenly becomes part of one of the biggest stories in the fashion world. The recognition may not erase the years of being underestimated, but it certainly proves that talent can eventually overcome even the strongest prejudices.